Hey, what's up, y'all? Tarot King the Prophet back with another Crown King Tarot presentation. Except for I'm not talking about tarot this time. I'm talking about relationships, and particularly my relationships. And it's on my heart right now to talk about toxicity, toxic relationships. And why do it seem like the toxic relationships are the hardest ones to break out of? Why do it seem like them the ones that really kind of just last the longest? You know what I mean? Those are the ones that seem like they go the strongest, you know what I mean? And I think on my end, it's all about just knowing that you can change the narrative, but in all actuality, not really being able to, not being able to change anything, and it seems like the more and more you grow into this toxicity, the more and more you feel like you have to prove. It's like every day you wake up with a new challenge or the same challenge over and over again. And you just know that today is going to be the day that you're going to sway this person into, I guess, for lack of better ways to put it, falling in line, sway them into change, sway them into thinking something different about you, about your relationship. You know, you hear about women being in relationships and the man is always saying whatever he needs to say to make it better. Baby, take me back. I promise this, I promise that. But what I never seem to hear about is that women do this shit too. It's like a woman to test the waters and test the waters and test the waters until a man is just like out of his mind trying to be right, trying to be correct. And it seemed like that's the only time, in my experience, it seemed like that's the only time a woman really tests the waters. In my experience, it's like when I'm wrong, she spends all her time trying to play the other end, the same end that I'm talking about. That she's trying to play that end where it's just like, oh, I need this man to fall in line. You know what I'm saying? I want this man to be like this. I want this man to be upstanding. I want this man to be a role model. I want this man to love me. I want this man to understand me. I want this man to quit upsetting me and quit hurting me. So when I'm wrong, that's what it seems like the narrative is. But soon as I try to be anything else, that narrative changes. The narrative changes and it just kind of just reverses roles. I'm trying to mute this. Wrong section. I don't want it to interrupt nothing. It just kind of just changes roles. When I find myself being like, man, I'm trying to offer my hand to this woman, trying to help this woman out, trying to grow with this woman, and things started out great, and that old feeling that we had, I want that shit back. That old love that we had, I want that back. Why does it seem like when we barely even knew each other, we were so in love? And now that we know each other in and out, it's just like, nothing but drama, nothing but tragic shit. You know what I mean? Nothing but arguing, nothing but fighting, nothing but intentionally doing things to make me feel some kind of way in a negative manner. Intentionally depleting my energy. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, it's just a whammy. It's just, you know what I mean? I go left, this woman wants to go right. And the thing that gets me the worst is the narcissistic attitude. When you're in a relationship and you are never right, that is toxicity till its fullest. You are always wrong. No matter what goes wrong, you are always wrong. Never able to get to part B or part C in the conversation because y'all stuck at part A. You know, it's just like, damn, baby, you know, you doing like this, you know what I'm saying? You doing whatever it is you doing, and it's, you know, it's not working out, baby. I wish you would stop. And then she come with the, yeah, but you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, so is this a revenge tactic? Is this a measure of revenge? You know, how can we work? How can we get to part B, part C, if we can't get through what it is that you doing? And if I'm doing this and that and the other, instead of seeking this revenge on me, why not confront me about the issues that I have presented? You know, why not confront me and tell me, baby, I don't appreciate this and appreciate that. And me being the man that I am, I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, baby, but you know what I'm saying? I actually really do want to hear what it is that I'm doing wrong so that we can get to part B and part C and part D and on down the motherfucking alphabet until we can get this situation extinguished. You know, until we get it demolished. Until it gets too far. Until it gets too far. Until I'm like, baby, 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 baby. You know, just completely pressed about what it is that you're doing. That's basically a turn off, or basically that's hurting me as a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a hard one for men to say, like, damn, baby, what you doing, your actions are hurting me. That's hard for a man to really come like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to be men. We want to be macho. We want to be strong in the situation. We don't want a woman to know that we down and out, and especially women these days. Because a lot of women, a lot of y'all, you know, if you see a man being weak, you would treat a man as such. You need to stop that. You need to start letting men explore their feelings and taking heed to it. You know what I mean? Not using it as a tool against that man. Not using it as a reason to say, nigga, you soft. You was crying. You know, if you can get a man to cry for you, do you know what you've done, woman? Not only does this man love you and can't find a way to understand, but you've hurt this man. And you can really only hurt this man if he feels something for you. You know, if he don't feel nothing for you, you can't hurt that man. That doesn't happen. A man don't cry for you because he's just weak. You know, a man doesn't cry for you because you said something to hurt him or whatever. He said something to make him feel some kind of way. A man will cry for you, ma, because he loves you, ma. Because he loves you and because he loves himself and because there's something to this situation that he can't understand. This man feels overworked. I would. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I've cried for a woman before. You know, a couple of them. Shit, a few. You know, but only because I was in love and I didn't understand what I was doing because I was trying to grow within myself and be everything that I could be for this woman. And no matter what, she knocked me down. And it's not just any woman. I wouldn't do that shit for any woman. Believe you me, my walking shoes stay tied tight. I'll be ready to go. I'll be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Looking for any reason to get out here and just have the time of my motherfucking life, living my best life. I look for the reason, you know. But the one time that you catch me not looking for it, it's because all I'm looking for, mama, is you. All I'm looking for is you. All I want is you. All I feel is you. All I desire is you. All I need is you. And I'm wondering why you don't feel that same way for me. It's because it's gotten toxic. The way I feel for you, the way I need you has gotten toxic. If you're not there for me. And women will do that shit, man. Women just like men will do it. Just like men will do it. I'm not selling the short. It's just that the fact that I never hear about women do it. Women will tell you, you know, I love you to death. You know what I'm saying? I realize that I'm treating you wrong, or I'm treating you some kind of way, or, you know, I'm sorry for my actions. I've been acting like this. I've been acting like that. You know, and I promise you, all you got to do is just still want me, baby. Just still want me, and I promise I'll change. I promise I'm working on this. I promise didn't you see that one time that I did that? You can't tell me that I'm not changing. Look what I just did for you. You know? The fact of the matter is, what you just did is just that. It's just what you just did. What you gonna do tomorrow? What you gonna do later on? What you gonna do a week from now? What you gonna do a month from now? Because that shit becomes one big cycle. And ladies, I want you to look at this shit on the other foot too. And if you dealing with this shit, you know what I'm saying? If you dealing with this shit, then you need to take heed as well. But really, I'm telling men, you know, guys, if you dealing with this woman who always just fucks with you, always treats you some kind of way, and then she turns around and is like, oh, baby, yeah, I see you really about to leave me. You know, I don't want to lose you, baby. You know, take me, or if they lose you, oh, baby, take me back. I promise I won't do this. I promise I won't do that, baby. I love you. And then thing be all good for a while. You know, a couple days, a week or two. You know what I'm saying? In real good cases, maybe a month. And then you see that slow decline. You see her slowly lose that energy that she just had. And you just, next thing you know, you're scratching your head, wondering why you can't do something right again. 9 times out of 10, it's not really you. Especially if you're on the same routine. You know what I'm saying? If you steady doing your thing, I'm on my semi-truck, y'all, if y'all don't know by now. You know, I'm going to start doing some just like on location, wherever the fuck I'm at. But right now, I'm just in my semi-truck. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the road. I'm about to head to Florida. Yeah. Anyway, you look up and you just like, damn, she was just so sweet. She was just so vulnerable, you know. And then all of a sudden, here she go, testing the waters. And especially if you're not an abusive man. You know what I'm saying? You really can't win for losing. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around and do get into a match with her where she chest to chest with you and you push her or some shit like that, and you grab her. She'll never let you forget it. She'll never let you forget it. And I'm not saying that you was in the right or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That you had a right to put your hands on her. You know, but she'll never let you forget it. Here's a good one. Getting you mad enough, disrespecting you enough to call her out her name. Once again, I'm not saying it's right, but neither is that disrespect that she's bringing you. You know what I'm saying? If you call her out her name, she'll never let you forget it. She'll never let you forget it, fam. You know, and she can disrespect you time and time and time again. And all these times she disrespecting you, you kind of just hold back. And then at one time you just done. You can't take it no more. Fuck you then, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Something like that come out. Which, like I said, it's not correct, man. It's not, but there's no time where it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But a toxic woman will address that situation every single time. And you can be like, but baby, you was doing this and you was doing that, you was doing this, you was doing that. You know what she gonna say? But you called me a bitch. I don't like being called a bitch. You can tell her all day, shit, you was acting like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she know it. She knows she was being that. You know? But like I said, there's no reason, there's ever a reason where you should get to the point where you should put your hands on anybody or call them out their name. There's nothing that can excuse that. You know what I mean? There's nothing that can excuse that. Putting your hands on somebody, maybe if you defending yourself or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making excuses for any man or any woman who calls their mate out of their name. I'm not making excuses for that. But men, once you do it to a woman, she'll never let you forget it. No matter what point you make about her actions and her wrongdoing, she's always going to bring it back to that word. Baby, you was acting like this and you was treating me like that. Baby, I was about in tears. You know what I'm saying? I was doing this, I was doing that. You was disrespecting me. You was so disrespectful. Your mouth is so crazy. And she gonna be like, yeah, but I didn't call you no bitch. Like, that's crazy. Like, oh my God. Okay, but that's not the point here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not excusing, I'm not dismissing it. I apologize for saying that. But baby, this is how you made me feel. You did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. Baby, can we address these situations? Can we get over this hump with these situations? But I don't like being called no bitch. Wow. No matter how much you understand, no matter how sorry you are for letting that word or whatever you call her, motherfucker, bitch, nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever come out your mouth when y'all beefing and y'all arguing, no matter how much you try to reconcile that situation, she would never, ever, ever let that shit go. Ever. Even when she's, oh baby, you know, I'm so sorry for disrespecting you. I realize that I've been treating you wrong. I know that I do this, I do that. I get like this sometimes and I get like that sometimes. Please forgive me, baby. Such and such and such and such. Baby, don't leave me. I don't want to lose you. Baby, I'm sorry I hurt you. I know I hurt you. I didn't mean those things. I didn't mean this. I didn't mean that. I knew what I was doing. All the while you trying to tell her. You know what I'm saying? Before this situation, because it usually comes when she knows that you're finished. It usually comes when she knows that you're done with her or that you're about to move on to the next project. That's usually when it comes. It doesn't come when she's just sitting up just thinking about it, just feeling bad. She doesn't really, that to me, in my situations, that doesn't really happen. It usually comes when you're done, when you're feeling numb, and you're just like, man, I got to leave this woman. I got to get this woman out of my life. That's when it comes. And men do the same thing, I imagine, to these women, you know, but that's when it comes. Baby, I'm sorry. You know, I've been treating you like this. I can see that your energy off. I didn't mean it. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then you just be like, baby, you know, you was disrespecting me and I ain't mean that. You know, and one thing that I haven't tried is when a woman's doing that, I've never tried to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You was doing me like this. You was doing me like that. And you made me call you a bitch a couple times, and I'm sorry for that. I've never tried that. You know, maybe I should try that. You know what I'm saying? You know, my girlfriend see this video and shit, she might be like, nigga, I heard you say that shit on the video. You ain't slick. Nah, but that's real talk. You know, when I do mean that from the heart, maybe I should try that. Just to see if it would change the narrative or if it still goes right along with that play. With that, you know what I'm saying? I just curious to what would be said if I brought that up while she was apologizing. You know, yeah, I called you a bitch, you know what I'm saying, because you was being so disrespectful. And I apologize for that. I wonder if that'll change the narrative of the apology. I wonder if it'll turn around on me. Like, nigga, yeah, you did call me a bitch and that shit wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? And just we right back on that bitch thing again. It's like, fuck the disrespect and all that. Or would she address it and be like, yeah, you only said that because I was doing this and I was doing that. And that's the key right there. To get a woman to say, yeah, you only did this or you only said that because I was doing this or doing that. And, you know, get a man to do it, women, you know. If you can get somebody to admit taking you to that brink of losing it, and maybe y'all made progress, maybe y'all have gotten somewhere, you know. I don't know. I've never been in that particular situation. I've never heard that coming out of a woman's mouth. Yeah, you only called me bitch just because I was doing this and I was doing that. You know, I've never heard that. Baby, it's okay. I've never heard that. Baby, it's okay. I know you did this and you said that, but baby, it's okay. It's my fault. I've never heard that one, you know. But I think that would be dope to come across that situation, you know, in a relationship. You know, I think that shit builds character and it removes toxicity from the situation. It shows growth, you know. But if you find yourself in these toxic situations, man, it's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? Some people just like each other. Some people love each other. Some people can move away. Some people don't know what they can do without the other, you know. And I advise you guys to seek counseling, because a counselor is not going to sit there and be like, she's not wrong. She has justification for the way she's acting. Counselor's not going to do that. Counselor's going to be like, no, sir, you're wrong for this. Ma'am, you're wrong for that. Or sir and ma'am, or whatever. You know what I mean? However you get down, you know. But a counselor is going to keep it square and fair and square. you know. So if you want to be with this person and you can't have the conversation with this person because they're never wrong. They're never wrong. And when they are wrong, I don't want to argue. You always trying to bring up this, trying to bring up that. You know, they're completely avoiding the situation or justifying or hitting you with a, but you, hit you with one of those, you know. If you can't ever get to the root of the situation and can't solve it, and you really want to be with this person, then maybe y'all should seek counseling. Other than that, I don't see the shit working. I don't see the shit turning around, none of that. All I see is a person saying, I'm sorry. And I just made that video that was saying, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry is not enough. It's not sorry enough. I'm sorry, but sorry is not sorry enough. Whatever the fuck I named the video, you know what I mean? You know, it takes a lot for somebody to put their feet in your shoes and realize how they treated you and really be that sorry. You know, it takes a lot to do that. That's not an easy thing for anybody. And for a person to be able to do that, that shows growth, you know. But you have to make sure that that's what it is that they're doing, because people can always just say, I'm sorry. That's easy. It's easy to say I'm sorry. It's easy. It's easy to shed a few sniffles and a couple tears and be like, I don't want to lose you. It's easy to do that. You know what I'm saying? But to actually break down the narrative, break down the situation and not fall off the narrative while you breaking it down, to actually say, I know you was doing this and you was doing that, but you was only doing it because I forgive you for your actions, excuse your actions, justify your actions. Can a person do that? Can a person really justify your actions based on the way that they treated you? And then how do you grow from there? Because don't even trip. Some of y'all that's watching this video, I just put y'all up on game. Word up. I just put you up on game in order to be able to manipulate a motherfucker further. Like, yeah, let me make sure this person know that I understand that they was acting like they was acting because of the way I treated them. So that just made it easier for you to say, another situation that was easier for you to do. But the person who was watching this video, who's the victim of these situations, you have to know. You have to know better. And if it's not working out like that, if it's not working, if this person says I'm sorry and, you know, empathizes with you and how you feel and all that shit, and then everything is all good for a week or so, and then it comes right back around full tilt and they being an asshole again, and then it comes back around full tilt again, and then they're empathizing and feeling sorry, and then it comes around full tilt again and they're being an asshole again. If that's the cycle, and you really like this person and really love this person and you want to be with this person, then seek that counseling. But if you can't get that far, you may want to consider moving on. You want to consider leaving that person. You know, how you leave, that's totally up to you, man. For real, for real. You know what's good for you, know what's best with you. You know what I mean? A toxic motherfucker, toxic person, you can't sit down and have that talk with. You can't sit down with a toxic person and be like, you know, I'm not feeling this. I think we should see other people, or, you know what I mean? First and foremost, they finna throw all kind of shit in your face. I'm finna go fuck such and such. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you wanna mess with all these hoes out here? You know what I'm saying? They would throw all kind of shit in your face and avoid the fact that you only having this conversation with them because you're hurting. They will completely avoid the fact that you're hurting. They will completely avoid the fact that they've done you so wrong that it's not that you don't want anything to do with them, because you do. You wish nothing but the best for you two. But you feel like the best course of action here, because things have gone so far left, is to just move on and try to find some peace and give the person some peace or something to think about. You know, you really need to consider whether if you really want to be in a relationship or not necessarily be with me, But if you want to be in a relationship, period, in general, you know, excuse me, some people just need that. You know, some people, they say you never miss a good thing till it's gone. You know, and a couple different things happen from this. Either they'll recognize their ways and come back and treat you better, treat you the way you deserve to be treated, or they've lost you forever, but they recognize their ways and they treat the next person exactly the way they need to be treated. Not saying that you want to set somebody up to treat somebody else the way they need to be treated, but when you're leaving this person that you love, this person that you would rather be with, that you desire to be with, you want them happy, with you or without you. You want them happy. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker treat you that bad, you want them miserable, then stay the fuck away, for real. You know? But if a person's truly sorry, you will see it. You know what I'm saying? And you leaving that person will give them something to think about. They might not be able to win you and have you back, but now they have something to think about. Now they've learned another lesson in life. Or they haven't. God bless. Either situation. You know, but really, for real, God, please touch these people that never learned their lesson. Please touch these people. Help them out, help them see, help them understand that as long as they treat someone and make them unhappy, them themselves will never be happy. You can never be happy just running around manipulating people. You had to have feelings for something, for someone. And once you lose that someone you have feelings for, no matter how bad you treated them, you're going to have feelings for them. And once you lose that person, what? What then? You know, straighten up. Act right, man. And I go for men and women. Women and men. Learn your lessons, at least. At least do that much. Learn your lessons. And if you want to have love, or if you just fall into it, whether if you want it or not, and if you just fall into it, learn how to treat people. That toxic shit is just childish. It's childish as hell. I mean, it's so much. I can just go on and on and on about this situation. We can have that conversation for hours, you know, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and end because we already coming up on 30 minutes here, 28 right now. So, like I said, if you're in a toxic situation, find help. Find help, because you ain't not going to just be able to get out of that toxic situation yourself unless that person learns their lesson. And it's hard for toxic people to really, truly learn their lessons. They may feel sorry at a time, like the moon is in the perfect position or some shit, you know, and they feel sorry at a time. And they want to express this feelings of being sorry and being taken back and things like that. But if it becomes a cycle, then put a stop to it. Put a stop to it. Do what you need to do. Move on, or seek counseling or something. You know, if a motherfucker don't want to seek counseling, they definitely know that they're not right and don't plan on being right. You know, so yeah, you don't have to be married to seek counseling in a relationship. You know, it happens to just regular old couples as well. You know. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end. I'm Tarot King the Prophet. This has been another Crown King Tarot presentation. And yeah, love, peace, light, blessings, all of that. If you like the video, like, comment, just subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. Appreciate you guys for tapping in and listening and checking me out. Rock those masks in public, y'all. Stay COVID free. You know, I don't do it all the time, but I do it. You know, and y'all have a good night. All right.